Guys, the Pokemon card community is broken. We all know that the Pokemon card market is broken, but the Pokemon card community is broken. And I've been suspicious of this for a while. And what really confirmed my suspicions is some of the stuff that I saw and read yesterday after I made a video about the fact that GameStop is now selling new Pokemon card product. Let me be very, very specific on this for those of y'all that are too slow to really understand. And you might say, oh my gosh, that's offensive. No, I think there's literally people that don't understand what's happening, what I'm saying. GameStop is selling over MSRP on release day for a brand new set. For a set that has not been out, that has not been released, the first day that this is publicly available for people to purchase this Pokemon card set, Destined Rivals, GameStop is selling for over MSRP. And the reason that I now truly believe that the Pokemon card community is broken and overrun with hype and FOMO is because I made this video talking about this and condemning the fact that GameStop is coming out charging $200 for a booster box of Destined Rivals, charging $60 for an Elite Trainer box when it should be $45, charging $40 for a booster bundle when they should be $27 on release day. And I came out with a video yesterday talking about how this is wrong and condemning it. And the amount of people that attacked me over this and defended GameStop blows my freaking mind. How did we get to a point where new releases that are under market but over MSRP pricing is acceptable and is what we want? How did we get to that place where we're okay with it's over MSRP, but at least it's under market? That's okay. That's acceptable. How brainwashed, how desperate, how hype and FOMO driven have we as the Pokemon card community been driven into that is now the norm? I made this video talking about this because GameStop, as we all know, has stopped doing pre-orders, so you can't pre-order anything at retail. And we have to understand, GameStop is a retail store, meaning they should sell things at retail price, the manufacturer's suggested retail price. Yes, I know, I'm not stupid. It's the suggested retail price. They can charge whatever they want. I understand that, but it is still the suggested retail price, which is what is to be expected from a large corporate retail store selling on release day when they have stopped doing pre-orders. So, for those of y'all that need to catch up, GameStop has stopped the ability of people to order things from them at retail. GameStop, a store with billions of dollars in the bank, a store with 4,000 stores across the country, has stopped making product available at retail. This is a store that is getting cards from distributors, a booster box they're likely getting for somewhere around $90. Let's just say $100, okay, from distributors. They're getting a booster box for $100. They're turning around and selling it for $200. They're making a $100 profit off of you when they could be making a $65 profit selling at MSRP. How is a $65 profit not good enough across 4,000 stores that they're inevitably going to sell out on release day? Now, to their defense, yes, they have limited it to one per person, which is good. I like that's great. No more pre-orders. Okay, that's not bad. You have to come in person. But why can't they just sell it for MSRP? Why aren't those profit margins enough for GameStop? And I'm just blown away by the amount of people that have come not only to GameStop's defense, but have attacked me and saying I'm off base and I'm ridiculous for getting upset at GameStop for doing this. How is this the new norm? How are we so desperate for Pokemon cards that not only are we okay with products on release day from giant corporate stores that are $40 over MSRP, not only are we okay with that, but we're attacking and demeaning the people that are calling these companies out, saying that that's wrong. Listen, I'm not upset that I'm getting attacked and demeaned. I've been doing YouTube for 6 years. It's been my full-time job for 5 years. I get attacked and demeaned every single day. There's people out there that have full-on YouTube channels that have built their entire success off of attacking and demeaning me and people like me. And that is what it is. It doesn't bother me anymore. But I'm blown away that people are so happy with this that they would attack the person that's calling this out. Because here's the problem that I don't think a lot of people are understanding. Here's where it's really, really scary, okay? GameStop's now charging $200 for a new booster box. They're going to sell out on release day. What do you think that means for all the other stores that are going to look at GameStop and say, dang, they sold out millions and millions and millions of dollars of product at $200 a booster box on release day? We should do that. GameStop's literally setting the new price, and half of y'all are happy with it. Not only happy with it, but mad at people like me for saying this is ridiculous, this shouldn't happen. GameStop is attempting to change the MSRP of Pokemon cards, and the vast majority of the Pokemon card community is complicit and happy about it and attacking the people that are calling it out saying it's wrong. When did this become acceptable? And I know LGSs are doing it too. I'm not talking about an LGS. I'm not talking about your local game store that maybe has 1,000 loyal customers. I'm talking about a corporation that has 4,000 stores and the selling and buying power to essentially change the MSRP of Pokemon cards. And a bunch of y'all are okay with it and attacking people who are not okay with it. This is beyond the pale. Where did we go wrong along the way? You know whose fault this is? It's your fault for buying the cards from scalpers at these prices. All of y'all that have commented in my sections, and I'm not trying to attack you at all, but those of y'all that have commented and said, I was forced to pay $260 for a booster box. I had to bite the bullet and buy a booster box for $250. No, you didn't. You weren't forced. Nobody press ganged you into paying that much for a booster box. You didn't have to do it. You can live without it. Everyone that's spending money on this is perpetuating this cycle. And now we're at a point where, mark my words, just like I predicted when GameStop stopped doing pre-orders that they were going to hike their prices on release day and start charging over MSRP. I predicted that in a video, and now here we are. That is exactly what's happening. Mark my words. GameStop is now setting a new MSRP for Pokemon cards, and a lot of collectors are more than happy about it. I'd rather pay GameStop $200 for a booster box than a scalper. Why? It's the same thing. Evil in one way. It's not evil, obviously, but evil on one hand and evil on the other hand, if they're the same act, they're both wrong. And I'm not saying this is evil. But why would you want to pay $200 to GameStop instead of $200 to a scalper? Why would you want to pay $200 for a booster box at all? I understand there's the investability. It'll be worth $500 in the future, blah, blah, blah. I get all that. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about LGSs. And I'm belaboring this point because by the time you get sick of me hearing it, some of y'all are actually getting what I'm saying. We're talking about a store that has 4,000 stores setting the new MSRP for Pokemon cards. Mark my words. Today, it's $200 for a booster box. 6 months from now, it's $220 for a booster box. In a year, it's $250 for a booster box. Next thing you know, you're going to be like, how did we get here? Oh, it's because you said you were okay with it. And that the guy who's calling it out on YouTube is part of the problem. Even though I've spent the last 5 years on YouTube calling out all of this crap that's been going on with the FOMO, telling people not to overspend on product unless they just have so much money that they don't know what to do with it. Don't overspend on product. Wait for it to go down. And if it doesn't go down, be okay with not getting the product. I've stopped buying product myself because it's so expensive and I want to put my money where my mouth is. So I'm not buying the product anymore. And I'm encouraging people to go and actually go play the TCG. It's more affordable to build a deck and go interact with the community and play the TCG and go to pre-release tournaments and experience the game that way and enjoy your love of Pokemon cards through actually playing the game. Yet I'm part of the problem. In what asinine world am I part of the problem that I'm telling everybody to avoid and giving solutions to adapt and adjust? Mark my words. Today it's 200. Next release it'll be 210. Next release it'll be 220. Next release it'll be 250. Next thing you know, all of these other LGSs and big stores are going to look at what GameStop's doing and GameStop setting a new MSRP, and we're going to have an MSRP on booster packs of $7.50 the next thing we know. And yes, it might not be the manufacturer suggested retail price, but it'll be the new norm because everybody's complicit with GameStop doing this. It's beyond the pale. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I, for one, will not be participating. I will not be buying Pokemon cards at this price. It's my little bit of dollars that I'll spend on a booster box or two and an Elite Trainer box or two isn't going to make a difference. But it's what I can do. And I'm going to put my money where my mouth is in what I'm telling everybody here to do. What GameStop is doing is highly, highly, highly scary, and it's going to have massive ramifications and repercussions. And we're going to look back on this 6 months from now and be like, I wonder if Dr. Applesauce was right. Maybe I shouldn't have told him he was part of the problem because he's calling out GameStop for selling brand new booster boxes for $200 a box instead of retail like you are supposed to do as a retail store. Guys, go play pre-release tournaments. Find good stores that are going to let you play in a pre-release tournament for $25-$30. Build decks. Have fun. You can build all kinds of cheap, fun decks for $20-$30. All this craziness, this is too much. This can't last forever. And all of y'all that are out there saying, "Oh, I'm been forced to pay $250 for a booster box," or "You're part of the problem because you're telling people not to do this," or "You're stupid. $200 for a booster box is good." Whatever you say, this is all heading to a very, very unhealthy place.